Mental professionals of Reddit. What is the worst mental condition that you know of? I heard about a guy who thought he was on fire all the time he was awake, so he screamed until he passed out day after day. How can you even treat that? I have a friend with schizophrenia and it's hell for her. I'm not a professional, but I have an immediate family member who is a diagnosed schizophrenic and borderline personality. It's one hell of a combo. I'm not a professional, but after seeing the damage dementia can do, I can't imagine anything else would hold a candle to easy, Grandma. Honestly, mania, people's lives get ruined because of one manic episode, thousands of dollars spent, random flights booked and ending up on the other side of the planet with no way of getting back. I don't have it, but my psychiatrist referred to anorexia nervosa as the 7-year disease because in 7 years from diagnosis, you're either in recovery or dead. Locked-in syndrome. Schizophrenia, disorganized, just looks exhausting. A person, their memories, their personality die but their body remain living. And confused is horrifying. I mean, worst is schizophrenia because it's a combination of many different mental illnesses. But for me it must be bipolar because I have some family members with bipolar. Not nearly the worst. Pica eating things that aren't food is probably the worst I've seen. But dissociative fugue really blows my mind. I've always wondered how many missing person cases are just a result of death. I heard anorexia has the highest mortality rate. Body integrity disorder, believing a part of your body isn't yours and needs to be removed. I knew a patient that removed her eye. Cotard syndrome. Now here's a beauty, mind you. It is not a contest. Most of them are very undesirable. As someone who has experienced it twice, I have to say the worst is a drug-induced neuropsychiatric movement disorder called terror is unlike anything. I can genuinely say I would rather die than ever go through it again. I need to get the fuck out of this thread. Locked-in syndrome, from midbrain damage, can't breathe on your own, can't move arms, legs or speak, generally communicate from eye movement blinking, awake and cognizant the whole time. Prion diseases, house, fatal familial insomnia. There has been a lot of discussion between BD and BPD. What's the main difference? Which is worse? Paranoid schizophrenia is no joke. I had a PT that was so convinced that aliens were watching his life through his eye, so he tore it out with his bare hand and didn't even regret it. I worked in mental health years ago with a patient that had been institutionalized her entire life. She used to insert pens and pencils in her arms and legs like an Eve. It was so sweet otherwise. Reading through these, there are definitely scarier, but someone who is catatonic gives off a different level of concern. Basically, your mind moves so fast you become disabled and cannot move. Sometimes for days, think full-on human statues. The one that's left unattended. Get in there and poke around sometimes, dust out the cobwebs. A clean mind is a healthy mind. Anyone can be at risk of deterioration. My high school friend started listening to Andrew Tate. These kinds of threads always attract the self-diagnosed woe is me types of Reddit who undermine the people who are actually suffering from their illnesses. Bipolar, it's scary. Oppositional defiance disorder or reactive attachment, heartbreaking to see in kids under 10. Reddit addiction, it's like slow rabies. Seeing the brain deteriorating so quickly in people without any other condition, no pathogen or anything. Sleep paralysis, rapid cycling bipolar disorder. Good luck building up your life with that. It's horrible and practically impossible from what I've seen. Dementia IMO. Marriage, it's been making me crazy for 48 years. Substance use disorder. Nice try. We're going to have a bunch of people claiming all sorts of new mental disorders. Body integrity dysphoria is an interesting one. Basically, these people feel they should be disabled in some way and will often act to make their body conform to that image, self-amputation included. Penis fingers. Gender dysphoria seems prevalent. SMH. To be well adjusted to modern society, to be what social norms encourage as normal. Death. Highest mortality complication rate. Borderline personality disorder.